Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going deep on AI 3.0.
Or, some people are calling it the quest for artificial general intelligence.
Right? Exactly.
We'll be exploring AI 3.0, AGI, superintelligence, and beyond by Ben Ramayana.
Fascinating book.
You want to understand what AGI really means?
Like what it actually is.
Yeah, how we might get there.
If we even can.
And what it could mean for all of us,
Like, for everyday people,
Exactly.
it's going to be a big deal.
Huge. So let's dive in.
All right, let's do it.
The book starts with this pretty interesting question.
Yeah, it asks, what if machines could go beyond just following our instructions?
Right.
And actually, understand.
Understand what we mean.
Exactly.
Man. That's deep.
It's a question that's, it's really captivated thinkers for, decades.
Yeah, is my computer actually getting my requests?
Right.
Or is it just a really good instruction follower?
Is it just doing what it's told, basically?
Yeah, so that leads us to this whole difference between narrow AI.
Which is, everywhere these days, and this big idea of AGI.
So narrow AI, that's what we have right now.
Right.
And it's amazing at, specific tasks.
Really good at very specific things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's everywhere. Think of, facial recognition.
Oh, yeah.
Spam filters.
Okay.
Even those chess programs that can, beat grandmasters.
Wow, yeah.
But it's limited.
Yeah.
It's limited to its programming, so it's very specific.
So it can't really go beyond that. It can only do its program to do.
Right.
Okay, so then AGI.
AGI, that aims for something more like human intelligence.
Okay.
It wouldn't just, master one game like chess.
Okay.
It could learn any game.
So it can learn and adapt.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
It's a big goal.
It's wild, especially when you think about how long this idea has been around.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't Alan Turing talk about thinking machines back in the 1950s?
He did, yeah. Can machines think?
Right.
That question is, the foundation of the whole field.
Wow, that's so cool.
But what's interesting is, even those early pioneers, like Turing, they underestimated how complex AGI would actually be.
Really?
Yeah, it turns out building a machine that can truly understand.
Really get it.
Yeah, and learn like a human.
Okay.
Way more challenging than they initially thought.
Wow, so how do we even define AGI?
Right.
The book digs into this, right?
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about that.
So the book highlights a few key characteristics
Okay.
that set AGI apart from narrow AI.
Okay, so what makes it different?
So one of them is generalized understanding.
Generalized understanding.
That means AGI can handle new information
Okay.
and adapt to new situations in a way that current AI just can't.
So it can think on its feet?
In a way, yeah.
Interesting.
Think about a self-driving car, for example.
Okay.
Right now, they're trained on, tons of data.
Yeah, to, recognize stop signs and stuff?
Exactly. But if you throw in a situation they've never seen before...
Like a snowstorm in, Los Angeles.
Okay, yeah. That's unlikely.
They might not know what to do,
Right, because they've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Okay.
AGI theoretically would be able to adapt.
Okay.
And learn on the fly.
So it's the difference between following instructions and actually understanding what's going on?
That's the key.
So does AGI have to be based on, the human brain?
That's a good question.
Or could we achieve this kind of intelligence in other ways?
So the book actually explores some alternative models
Okay.
that are pretty mind-blowing.
I'm ready. Let's hear it.
For example, what if we looked at animal cognition?
Animal cognition. Okay.
For inspiration.
Okay.
Animals are incredible problem solvers,
Yeah.
They're often, faster and more efficient
Mm-hmm.
than humans in certain areas.
So we're talking a super intelligent squirrel
Huh? Maybe.
that can also do your taxes?
Maybe not taxes, but, you get the idea.
Okay, yeah, I get it. So it's taking inspiration from how animals think.
Right.
That's cool. What else?
Another possibility is collective intelligence.
Collective intelligence, okay.
Think of, ant colonies
Oh, yeah.
or beehives,
Okay.
where individuals, even though they're not that smart on their own,
Fair enough.
create, these incredibly complex systems.
By working together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if AGI wasn't, one super brain,
Right.
but a network of simpler agents?
That collaborate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea.
It's a different way of thinking about it.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
So those are some really cool ideas.
Thanks.
But let's get down to, the nitty-gritty, brass tacks.
Yeah, how do you build it?
How do you actually build an AGI?
That's the million-dollar question, right?
Right.
One approach the book dives into is Cognitive architectures?
Cognitive architectures, what's that?
These are like frameworks,
Okay.
that try to mimic how the human mind works,
Okay.
but in a machine. Oh, okay.
Two examples the book talks about are SOAR and ACTR.
So an ACTR.
Yeah. And these architectures, what they do,
Yeah.
they attempt to like break down cognitive processes.
Oh, the memory and stuff.
Yeah, like memory, perception, reasoning
Okay.
into like computational model.
So it's like trying to build a virtual brain.
Kind of, yeah. It's like reverse engineering the brain.
That's crazy.
It is. And it's really hard.
I bet.
But, if we crack the code of these cognitive architectures,
So does that mean we'll have AGI?
it's a big step for sure.
Okay.
But remember, we still don't fully understand how the human mind works.
Right. Exactly.
So building a truly accurate cognitive architecture.
That's a monumental challenge.
Absolutely.
That makes sense. But how do we know if we're making any progress toward AGI?
That's the other question, right?
Yeah. Like, are there milestones that
Yeah.
tell us we're on the right track?
So defining benchmarks for something as broad as AGI,
Yeah.
it's really tough. It's not just about like mastering one skill.
Right. Because it's not just one thing.
Yeah, like playing chess or Go.
Okay. Yeah. I get it.
Remember DeepMind's AlphaGo?
AlphaGo. Yeah.
Beat a world champion Go player, which was huge.
That was a big deal.
Yeah, it was a milestone, for sure.
Okay.
But as impressive as AlphaGo is,
Yeah.
it's still limited to a specific domain,
It can only play Go.
basically. Yeah.
Okay.
AGI needs to be adaptable,
Right.
versatile across a wide range of tasks.
So we need to move beyond these like single skill benchmarks.
Exactly.
Okay. So what are some of the areas where like researchers are excited about progress towards AGI?
So there are some really promising areas of research.
Okay. Tell me more.
One is reinforcement learning,
Reinforcement learning.
where AI agents learn through trial and error.
Oh, interesting.
Imagine an AI that can learn to, like, walk
Okay.
and navigate, like, a complex environment
Ah.
just by interacting with it.
So like a human child does.
Kind of, yeah.
Wow.
And then there's the development of, like, increasingly sophisticated neural networks.
Neural networks, I've heard of those.
They're inspired by the structure of the human brain,
Okay.
and they're capable of, like, learning these complex patterns
Oh, wow.
from massive amounts of data.
That's incredible. So we've got this big idea of AGI,
Yeah,
but what are some of the hurdles that we face
right.
in actually getting there?
So the book outlines several challenges,
Okay.
and some of them are pretty daunting.
I bet.
For starters, we need way more computational power.
Computational power.
Like, imagine trying to simulate the billions of neurons in the human brain with today's computers.
It's probably not possible.
It's just not feasible yet, really.
Yeah. Okay.
But there are some exciting developments,
Okay. Like what?
like quantum computing, for example.
Quantum computing?
Yeah, that could potentially provide the massive processing power we need.
Oh, wow. So that's like,
It's a game changer,
oh,
potentially.
so that's where they keep all those entangled photons in qubits.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. We might need a whole other deep dive for that one.
Maybe.
But what about the algorithms themselves?
Okay.
Are there challenges in designing algorithms that can handle all of the complexities of AGI?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Developing algorithms that can handle AGI's range of skills
Yeah.
and adapt to new information.
Right.
And even exhibit creativity.
Okay.
It's incredibly difficult.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Think of it this way.
Okay.
Right now, we have algorithms that can, like, recognize faces,
Okay.
translate languages, or even write different kinds of creative content.
I've seen those. They're pretty cool.
But AGI needs to do all of those things and more,
Wow. Cool.
seamlessly and adaptively.
So it's like it needs to be able to do everything.
It's a tall order, yeah.
That's amazing.
It is.
And that brings us to another major challenge.
Okay, what's that?
Integrating all of these diverse abilities into a single system.
Yeah, how do you do that?
Right, because think about how effortlessly humans can switch between things.
Right.
Like seeing,
Right.
remembering, deciding, acting.
It's seamless for us,
Yeah.
but getting a machine to do that,
And do it well.
yeah, that's incredibly complex.
Okay, so it's not just about having separate algorithms for each skill.
Right.
It's about getting them to work together.
Yeah, seamlessly.
Wow. Okay.
That's a big challenge.
So I'm starting to see why AGI is considered such a long-term goal.
Yeah, it's a huge undertaking.
It's like we're trying to recreate the most complex system we know of,
But
human mind, in a machine.
Yeah.
But there's one more thing that I think is on everyone's mind.
Okay, what's that?
When they hear about powerful AI, and that's safety.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
How do we make sure AGI is safe?
Right, that's the question.
Like, how do we prevent it from, turning against us?
Yeah, like, we don't want a Terminator situation.
Exactly.
That's arguably the most important question.
It's definitely up there.
And it brings us to this concept of value alignment.
Value alignment, okay.
This is the idea of ensuring that AGI's goals and values align with humanity's.
Okay.
It's not just about preventing an AI from becoming, like, malicious.
Okay.
It's about making sure it understands and respects human values.
Okay, I see. Like, even in complex situations.
Yeah, exactly. Like situations we might not even be able to anticipate.
So we need to make sure this hypothetical super intelligent AGI isn't just powerful, but also benevolent.
Yes.
And aligned with human values.
It's the key.
Value alignment.
Yeah, yeah.
That's something I'm going to have to think about.
It's a lot to process.
It's almost like we're talking about programming morals into a machine.
You could think of it that way.
Which sounds incredibly difficult.
It is difficult.
Yeah.
There's no easy answer. And it's one of the biggest challenges facing AI researchers today.
I bet.
We need to, like, define those values clearly and then figure out how to, like, embed them into an AI system.
Okay.
In a way that's robust and adaptable.
Right. And, like, future-proof?
Exactly. We don't just want an AI that, like, parrots back our values.
Right.
We want one that genuinely understands them.
Okay.
And acts accordingly.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a huge challenge.
I'm already starting to see why this is such a, like, complex and fascinating topic.
It really is.
We've gone from thinking about machines that understand to squirrels doing our taxes.
Yeah, squirrels and taxes.
To this, like, mind-bending challenge of teaching a machine about human values.
It's a lot to take in.
It is. I think we need a moment to process all this.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it really highlights, the ethical dimensions of this whole field. It's like, we're not just building tools,
Yeah.
We're potentially creating, like, a new form of intelligence.
Right.
And we have a responsibility to do it thoughtfully.
I agree. You're right.
Yeah.
It's not just about the how of building AGI. It's also about the, like, why and the should we question.
Right. Those are big ones.
But let's say, hypothetically, we do figure it all out. What happens when AI surpasses human intelligence?
That's the big question.
That's where this concept of superintelligence comes in, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so fill me in.
So if AGI is about reaching human-level intelligence,
Okay.
superintelligence goes beyond that.
Okay.
Imagine an AI that can, like, outthink us,
Okay.
learn exponentially faster,
Wow.
and solve problems we can't even, like, comprehend.
So are we talking, like, a benevolent AI that solves all our problems?
Maybe.
Or, like, something out of a sci-fi thriller?
Potentially both. It could be amazing, but also risky.
Yeah.
The book explores both sides of that coin.
Okay.
On one hand, superintelligence could be incredibly beneficial.
Okay.
It could help us address, like, these global challenges.
Like what kind of challenge?
Like climate change, poverty, disease.
Right.
Imagine an AI that could, like, analyze complex systems.
Okay.
And develop solutions beyond our current capabilities.
So it's like having a super-powered consultant
Yeah.
that can tackle any problem we throw at it.
Maybe not any problem.
But a lot of problems.
Yeah, potentially.
Okay, sign me up. There's a but.
There's always a but.
Right. Let's face it, there are some serious risks.
Oh, for sure.
What if this superintelligence decides that, like, humans are the problem?
That's a scary thought.
Or that it doesn't need us anymore?
Yeah, those are valid concerns.
Okay, so those concerns,
Yeah.
they're not unfounded.
No, not at all.
Okay.
A lot of, like, really prominent thinkers,
Like who?
from Stephen Hawking to Elon Musk,
Okay, those are big names.
they've warned about the potential dangers
Oh.
of uncontrolled superintelligence.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
We're talking about a system that could potentially, like, outmaneuver us
Wow.
in ways we can't even anticipate.
Right, because it's so much smarter than us.
Potentially, yeah.
That's why this concept of value alignment,
Right.
making sure that AI's goals are, like, aligned with human values.
Yeah.
That's so crucial.
That's absolutely essential.
But how do you even begin to teach values to a machine?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah, because human values are complex, nuanced. They can even be contradictory sometimes.
Right. Exactly.
It seems like a near impossible task.
It's definitely a challenge.
Yeah.
And there's no easy answer.
Okay.
It involves not only clearly defining those values, but also finding ways to, like, program them into an AI system.
Right.
In a way that's robust and adaptable.
So we don't want an AI that just, like, parrots back our values to us.
Exactly.
We want one that understands them.
Deeply, in a way that's beneficial to humanity.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a huge undertaking.
It sounds like we're not just talking about coding.
Right.
We're talking about instilling, like, a sort of moral compass in a machine.
In a sense, yeah. And that's why this whole field is so ethically charged,
Yeah, I can see that.
We're essentially trying to create a new form of intelligence. Sure. And with that comes a huge responsibility.
To make sure it's good.
Yeah, to ensure it's aligned with our, like, best interests and values.
Right.
It's a big deal.
It is. So the book mentions that some people believe that superintelligence is inevitable. That it's just a matter of time. Do you think that's true?
It's definitely a possibility.
Okay.
Technological advancement often accelerates in, like, unpredictable ways.
Right.
But whether it's inevitable or not,
yeah,
it's crucial that we have these conversations now.
Okay, yeah.
We need to be thinking about the potential consequences.
It's good and bad.
Exactly, both the positive and the negative.
Okay.
And, preparing for a future where AI plays an increasingly significant role.
In our lives.
Yeah, in everything we do.
I think that's a key takeaway for our listeners.
Absolutely.
AGI and superintelligence, they're not just science fiction.
They're very real possibilities.
Yeah, and they have the potential to reshape our world.
In a big way.
And it's up to all of us to, like, engage in this conversation.
Right.
Shape that future responsibly.
Absolutely. This is not just a topic for, like, scientists and engineers.
Okay.
It's a conversation that needs to involve everyone.
It's almost like we're at a crossroads.
Yeah, I like that analogy.
We have this incredible technology with immense potential. We need to make sure we're steering it in the right direction.
Exactly. Technology is a tool.
Right.
And like any tool, it can be used for good or for ill.
That's a great point.
It's our responsibility to ensure that AI is used for the betterment of humanity.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well said. I think we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have. It's been a good discussion.
We've explored, like, the fundamental differences between narrow AI and AGI. We delved into the, like, technical and ethical challenges of building AGI.
Right.
And even pondered the possibilities and risks of superintelligence.
Yeah, we've been all over the map.
It's been quite a journey from, like, cognitive architectures to value alignment.
Right.
We've touched on some truly, like, mind-expanding concepts.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in.
I don't know about you, but I'm definitely feeling a bit overwhelmed.
I get it. It's a lot.
There's just so much to consider.
It's a complex field.
It is.
But the important thing is to stay curious.
Okay.
Keep learning.
Yeah.
And be part of the conversation.
Yeah, be engaged.
Exactly.
So to our listener, we encourage you to keep exploring this fascinating world of AI.
Yeah, don't be afraid to dive in.
Read articles, listen to podcasts.
Like this one.
And talk to people who are working in this field.
Yeah, get involved.
The more informed we are, the better equipped we'll be to, like, navigate this future.
It's together.
Together, exactly.
It's a collective effort.
It is.
And remember, the future of AI is not predetermined.
Okay.
It's something we're actively shaping. Our choices, our actions, and our engagement with this technology.
Well said. Welcome back to the deep dive. We've covered so much ground, from the nuts and bolts of AGI.
All the technical stuff.
To the philosophical depths of consciousness and ethics.
Yeah, we went deep.
I know. And remember, you wanted to understand what AGI really means, how we might get there, and what it could mean for you.
I think it's safe to say we've
done that.
Yeah, we've gone pretty deep.
And it's really amazing to think about, just how many big questions AI raises.
So many questions.
About the very nature of intelligence.
Like, what even is intelligence?
Exactly, and what it means to be human.
Right. Like, are we special?
It makes you think, doesn't it?
It really does. And this deep dive has given me so much to, like, ponder.
Me too.
We talk about these incredibly realistic simulations.
Oh, yeah, those were wild.
And all the ethical questions they raise.
Right, like, what happens when the simulations get too real?
It makes you wonder, like, if we create a simulation that's so real, it produces beings that seem conscious. Do we owe them anything?
It's a tough one.
Do they have rights?
It's like, whoa.
It's kind of a mind-blowing concept to think about.
It is mind-blowing. And that question?
Yeah.
It ties directly into one of the biggest themes of the book. What happens when AI becomes so advanced that it surpasses human intelligence? What does that mean for us?
Like what happens to humanity?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's where superintelligence comes in, right?
Yeah, that's the next level.
Superintelligence. Okay, so is that like the next level up from AGI?
You could say that. Yeah.
It all sounds so futuristic and
sci-fi.
Yeah. But should we be thinking about this now?
We should, yeah.
Okay, so tell me more about superintelligence.
So if AGI is about reaching human-level intelligence, superintelligence is about exceeding it.
Exceeding it. Wow, okay.
Imagine an AI that can think faster, learn more efficiently, and solve problems that we can't even comprehend.
Problems that we can't even understand.
Yeah, it's hard to even imagine.
No, it is. It's like, how do you even conceptualize that? Think of it this way.
Okay.
We humans, we've used our intelligence to, like, reshape the planet.
Yeah, we've done a lot.
We've built incredible technologies. We've traveled to space.
Right, but we've also made some mistakes.
That's true.
Okay.
Now, imagine an intelligence that's even more powerful than ours.
Okay.
What could it achieve?
And what could it do wrong?
Exactly.
Okay, so on one hand, we've got the potential for, like, incredible advancements.
Right.
Maybe even solutions to some of humanity's biggest problems.
Like world hunger, disease.
Yeah. But on the other hand, it's a bit unsettling.
Definitely unsettling.
To think about an intelligence that's so far beyond our own.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
It is, it is.
So the book talks about some potential benefits of superintelligence.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fill me in.
Like solving those global problems, curing diseases, things like that.
Yeah.
But then there's the flip side.
The dark side.
You could say that.
What if, like, it decides we're in the way of its goals?
That's the fear, right?
Edit.
And it's not just science fiction either.
Okay.
A lot of brilliant minds, including folks like Stephen Hawking and Elon Musk.
Oh, wow. Okay, serious people.
They've warned about the potential dangers of superintelligence.
So it's like we're playing with fire, but the fire is, like, super intelligent.
That's a good way to put it.
So how do we make sure this hypothetical superintelligence is, like, beneficial?
Right.
Not destructive.
It all comes back to value alignment.
Value alignment again.
If we can ensure that superintelligence shares our values, that it understands and cares about human well-being, then we have a much better chance of, like, harnessing its power for good.
But as we've discussed, that's incredibly difficult.
It is.
Because human values are so complex and often subjective.
There's no easy answer.
It's almost like we'd have to agree on what those universal human values are.
Right. Like, what do we all agree on?
Which is a whole other challenge.
It's a huge philosophical debate.
It is. It is.
It's a philosophical and ethical challenge, right? As much as a technical one.
So we're not just talking about code.
Right.
We're talking about, like, defining what it means to be human.
That's deep.
What we value most.
Yeah.
And how to ensure that those values are reflected.
In AI systems we create.
Wow. Okay.
It's a big task.
Okay, so we've got AGI, superintelligence value alignment simulations, and a whole host of ethical dilemmas.
Yeah, we covered a lot.
It's a lot to wrap our heads around.
For sure.
What does all this mean for, like, the average person?
That's the question.
Right. It all seems so futuristic and far off.
You know, it's important to remember that AGI and superintelligence aren't just, like, abstract concepts.
Okay.
They have the potential to impact every aspect of our lives.
Every aspect. Wow.
Imagine a world where AI can, like, automate tasks, solve complex problems, and even create new forms of art and entertainment.
So AI artists and musicians.
Potentially.
Yeah, that's wild.
It could revolutionize healthcare. Education, transportation, you name it. And we're already seeing AI impacting our lives in so many ways.
Okay, like how?
From personalized recommendations to self-driving cars.
So it's already happening.
It is.
Yeah.
And as AI continues to evolve, its influence will only grow.
It's like we're on the cusp of a technological revolution, right?
We are, yeah.
But revolutions can be, like, disruptive, even chaotic.
For sure.
So what should people be doing?
To prepare.
Yeah, to prepare for a future where AI plays such a significant role.
I think the most important thing is to stay informed.
Informed, okay.
Read articles, listen to podcasts like this one.
Of course.
And engage in discussions about AI.
Have those conversations.
Exactly.
Okay.
The more you understand about this technology, the better equipped you'll be to, make informed decisions and contribute to the debate.
So don't just passively consume information.
No.
Actively engage with it.
Ask questions, challenge assumptions, think critically about the potential impact of AI on your life and on society as a whole.
Okay.
It's important.
And that's what this deep dive is all about, right?
Exactly.
Getting informed, asking the tough questions, and hopefully coming away with like a better understanding of what this all means for us.
That's the goal.
We've explored the possibilities and the perils, the technical marvels and the ethical quandaries.
It's a lot to take in.
It's a journey that's just beginning, and we invite you, our listener, to be a part of it.
Come along for the ride.
The future of AI is not predetermined.
It's up to us.
It's a future we're creating together through the choices we make and the actions we take.
So stay curious.
Stay engaged.
And let's shape this future responsibly.
I love that. That's a wrap on this deep dive into AI 3.0.
It's been a good one.
Thank you for joining us on this journey. We hope you've enjoyed it. Until next time.